It's been a crazy first couple of months for the Switch too, and an even crazier time for Nintendo's brand new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart World. Mario Kart has historically been one of the best-selling game series of all time, and in certain cases, some of the games have been console-defining, but that just did not happen for Mario Kart World. In fact, I would argue that Mario Kart World quickly became one of the biggest failures for the series. So I've been playing a lot of Donkey Kong Bananza because it's just a fantastic game. But after playing it for a little while, I thought to myself, okay, let's take a break and go play a couple of races of Mario Kart World. Now, I knew beforehand of all of the stuff that was currently going on with this game, like a lack of interest due to the update that pretty much removed the ability to play 3-lap races online, and you know, there's just the general controversy behind the game's price tag and how it's designed. But come on, it's Mario Kart. Surely there's still some people playing this game, right? Well, I queued up for an online race, waited for around a minute, and an error code popped up. No fucking way. Okay, I thought maybe it was my internet acting up. You know, sometimes that can cause some connectivity issues. So I tried again, and it happened again. Oh my god. Okay, then I tried it one more time and okay, there we go. But is that not crazy? This game has only been out for a month and a half, and you're telling me that it's already difficult to find an active online match? What? And even when I eventually got into a lobby, it was pretty empty, man. So a lot of people could chalk this up to the update Nintendo pushed, which I already made a video on, but I think it goes way beyond that. I think there's a much bigger underlying issue that's the main cause of people's disinterest in this game, and that's why I'm making this video. Pre-release, the price for this game ruffled many feathers, and rightfully so. An $80 price tag for a game that honestly didn't look like it could even remotely justify that price with its content. And even after it came out, yeah, that sentiment was shared among almost everybody. But obviously, with it being pretty much the only game you could play at launch, that didn't stop people from buying the game, myself included. But man, there was just not enough content here. Even if they priced it at $70 like they're doing with most of their other releases, there was just nothing to do. So that likely caused a lot of people to put this game down after only a little while, because you can breeze through what this game has to offer in only a couple of hours. Sure, you also had all of that stuff you could do in free roam, but if you ask me, that stuff felt kind of lazy. And then Nintendo dropped the infamous patch and turned even more people away from the game. People who enjoyed ranking up in online mode, along with many competitive Mario Kart players. It got so bad to the point where big content creators and players were recommending joining a community Discord server to join custom online lobbies so you could play 3-lap races. That should not be necessary. And it doesn't help that Nintendo hasn't even announced a single piece of post-launch content. I thought maybe we would get new DK characters or outfits to celebrate the release of Donkey Kong Bananza, or maybe just more stuff to do in free roam, or maybe a classic mode that brings back 3-lap races like I proposed in that one video I made. But no, the only post-launch update we got for this game flat out removed content that people liked. And for what reason? What do you gain from doing that? And really, I think the final nail in the coffin for Mario Kart World was the release of Donkey Kong Bananza. Again, Mario Kart was the only thing people had to play for a month, and when another game finally dropped for the console, hell, when one of the best games ever made dropped for the console, I guarantee that a lot of people just flat out stopped playing Mario Kart World because they had another game to play, one that was much better and had way more content. At least, that's what happened with me. I've seen a lot of people wonder why Mario Kart World was chosen to be the launch title instead of Donkey Kong Bananza. And many people just assumed it was because Mario Kart is generally the more popular series. So, naturally, Nintendo would want a game that would bring in more consumers. But I don't think that's the case. I think that Nintendo made Mario Kart World the launch title because they knew that if they dropped it after Bananza, it would be dead on arrival. Hell, if Mario Kart dropped after Donkey Kong, it probably wouldn't even cost $80. I don't want to call Mario Kart World a quick cash grab, because I understand that many passionate developers contributed to this game, but I don't think Nintendo was as confident with this release as many people thought they were. But at the end of the day, they don't care. They never did. They made their money from Mario Kart World, so they couldn't give less of a shit if the servers are dead or that everybody is jumping ship to a different game, because their main goal was not to make a good Mario Kart game. No, they wanted to sell their new console and sell it fast. And I mean, hey, it worked, so the job is done. I would not be surprised at all if we don't see anything else Mario Kart World related for a pretty long time. And honestly, I think that's kind of for the best. At this point, I don't think there's anything they can do to save this game, and I would rather they just keep releasing good games instead, like Donkey Kong Bonanza. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about for this video. This will likely be the last Mario Kart World video I make for a while, unless if something else comes up that I want to talk about. But that's all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.